Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Ethereum has experienced some more downside price action in the immediate short term as expected from yesterday's video. Once again, we saw a nice rejection along this confirmed level of resistance, as well as another bearish divergence. And we do have supports coming in for Ethereum right here, and I will be covering that in just a moment, alongside my next Ethereum price targets. And also, Ethereum versus Bitcoin is getting very close to a volatile move. The next trend is absolutely imminent. And towards the end of this video, I will be giving you guys a quick update on XRP because that has been one of the most suggested altcoins in the comment section down below. I try and read every single one of your comments on these videos, so if you have a suggestion for me, let me know in the comment section down below. So definitely make sure you're watching this entire video all the way through because there's some major opportunities that are presenting themselves right now. And if that sounds good to you, just before we jump into it, make sure to drop a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so that you're not missing out on any of these future videos. I post these sort of videos every single day here on the channel. I normally post Bitcoin and Ethereum every single day alongside some other altcoins that you guys are suggesting. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And as I was explaining yesterday, we are still in this parallel channel, and we actually got a perfect rejection along that line of resistance right up here at around 3,330. So once again, if you're watching my video just yesterday on the channel, this little move to the downside was expected. And that's also due to the fact that we did see yet another bearish divergence just in the short term. Once again, for the new viewers on the channel, a bearish divergence is when we see a high and a higher high in the price, but a high and a lower high in the RSI. And what it basically means for Ethereum is essentially in the short term, the bulls are losing steam, and it's actually more likely that we're either going to head sideways or slightly to the downside after we see a bearish divergence form. So this outcome from this bearish divergence is actually what I normally expect from a bearish divergence. Obviously, it doesn't tell us exactly how much we're going to dump or anything like that, or exactly how long we're going to consolidate sideways for. It usually just gives us a bit of a guidance of where the price is likely to be heading next. And so that's why we also have to pay attention to other patterns that are forming on the chart, such as this parallel channel right here. And that, by the way, is suggesting that the support for Ethereum is coming in at around 3.1K. Now, that is when you're drawing the bottom line of support from the closes just here, the candle closes. But when you're actually using the support from the candle wicks just here, then the support is coming in obviously a little bit lower towards around 3,050 US dollars. So in around 3,050 to 3.1K, that little area just there would be the next short-term support for Ethereum according to this parallel channel so far. Now keep in mind that we've only seen 2 touch points along this line of support so far, so it's not overly confirmed as a line of support. Really, we need around 3 or more touch points to actually confirm a line is at least a significant line to place on the chart, such as this line of resistance, for example. That is now well and truly confirmed as a line of resistance. But yeah, obviously, while Ethereum is still in this parallel channel, things are pretty neutral at the moment in the short term. Of course, you know, we can see some short-term downside price action and upside price action. If you're zooming into the smaller time frames, they might look significant, but really when you're looking at the big picture, even on the 4-hour time frame, and especially on the daily time frame, things are looking pretty neutral in the short term once again. And it's only after we either break support just here or resistance just here that the next major move will come into play, the next short-term trend for Ethereum. And of course, the support once again is coming in at around 3.1K, and the resistance is coming in at about 3.4K. So of course, if we break above resistance, that will mean that Ethereum is continuing the trend to the upside. And if we break the support just here, that will potentially set us up for a short-term downtrend, or at least a continued short-term cool-off before we run into some more support levels, which by the way, we have support at around 3,000, and that's really an entire range that goes down towards around 2.8K. The reason why that is an important range of support just there is zooming out on the daily time frame, going back throughout the chart just here. As you can see, this exact price range just here was actually previous massive resistance for the Ethereum price back in around the middle of May, towards the end of May, right back here, as you can see. And when we break above massive resistance, that usually flips into new support, and it's actually been confirmed as support not once but twice just here, as you can see. And I did actually let you guys know, since all the way back here when we initially broke above this range, I'll let you guys that, you know, if we did back down towards this range just here, that would actually be a decent little buying opportunity. At least that's how I would see it. And so far over the past 1 week, if you did actually buy some Ethereum as we briefly dipped into this red range twice over the past 1 week, once again, that would have turned out to be a great little buying opportunity both times here. And once again, I was letting you guys know about those buying opportunities before they actually happened. And right now I am letting you guys know that a potential buying opportunity is on the way, but we are getting closer and closer to support. So if you're a long-term holder, don't necessarily wait for really low low prices, because that can also be a mistake that a lot of new investors make. If you're waiting for extremely low prices to enter in, you might completely miss out on all of the bullish price action. For example, over the past 1 to 2 months, a lot of people were thinking that Ethereum was going to continue to head to the downside. We're about to enter into a bear market. But on this channel, I was going over the fact that the $1,700 level was massive support for Ethereum, and it's worth at least dollar cost averaging into Ethereum at those levels in case we might not even see those lower price targets come into play. Once again, that's what I was letting you guys know over the past 1 to 2 months. And from those that did actually accumulate at those lower price levels towards 1700, you would have actually benefited from this 95% gain that Ethereum has had over the past 3 to 4 weeks. But even in a great buying opportunity, it's important to not go all in, because technically speaking, it wouldn't be impossible for Ethereum to go even lower. And so that's exactly why dollar cost averaging has proven itself to be one of the best strategies out there, especially for the beginners. And of course, it is more profitable to dollar cost average after we've seen bearish price action, which is currently what we are forming just in the short term once again. So my Ethereum strategy moving forward just in the short term is basically just to accumulate some Ethereum at these levels of support and hold that for the longer term. And even if we break below this entire range of support just here, which by the way, for that to happen, it would probably require Bitcoin actually breaking down further, because of course, if Bitcoin breaks down further, that will drag down Ethereum along with it. But if Bitcoin remains bullish in the short term, or even just consolidates sideways, it is actually unlikely that Ethereum is going to break all the way down below these important levels of support. But once again, if Bitcoin looks a little bit more bearish in the short term and that drags down Ethereum below this support just here at around 2.8k is the bottom of that range once again, then the next short-term support for Ethereum is coming in at around $2,500. And if Ethereum goes that low, of course it doesn't have to go that low, but if we do make it all the way down there, then I myself will be accumulating a lot more Ethereum down at those lower price levels. So those are some important support levels to pay attention to for Bitcoin. And now for a technical price target out of this pattern just here. This pattern could be perceived by some as a bull flag, which is basically just a type of pattern where we see a sharp move to the upside and then a consolidation sideways pretty much. And then if we break the resistance, it leads into a continuation move of the trend. Now, the most powerful bull flags usually trend slightly to the downside, if not sideways, but bull flags can still trend to the upside. They just don't usually have the same explosive effect compared to if we actually consolidated to the downside. But yeah, if we start breaking above 3.4k, around $3,500 as our next point of resistance, then a technical price target for this bull flag, bringing out the flagpole just here. It's a simple AB equals CD pattern, and that puts the price target at around 3.8k. So from the point of the break just there to that price target, that is around a 12% move for Ethereum. And zooming out to the daily time frame just here, what's really interesting is those exact levels just there, the resistance at 2.4k and the price target at 2.8k, they actually respect the Fibonacci levels, as you can see just here, bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from the all-time high down to the lows at around 1700. We have the golden pocket, the 61.8% Fibonacci level, coming in at around 3.4k. And then if we break above that resistance level just there, that Fibonacci level, the next Fibonacci level, which is the 78.6% Fib, that is actually coming in at around $3,800 per Ethereum. So that is why those prices in particular are very interesting to pay attention to right now. That is what I'm paying attention to right now. And if Ethereum can break above 3.8k, then there's not much resistance between that level just there and the all-time high coming in just before 3.4k. And keep in mind, from the current price to the all-time high, that's still nearly a 40% gain for Ethereum. So there's definitely still some big opportunities moving forward in Ethereum. Now, quickly checking out the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart just here, as you can see, the next volatile move for Ethereum versus Bitcoin is absolutely imminent. We've been in this tightening range, this symmetrical triangle, for around 1.5 weeks. And from where we are right now to the apex of this triangle, that's around 2.5 days. So really within the next 2 days, I would expect the price to leave this tightening range, either breaking resistance or support. Of course, at this moment in time, we have not broken support or resistance, so there's no way to confirm the direction of the move just yet. But as soon as we start breaking the actual support just here or the actual resistance just here, that's when we can activate the next price targets after, of course, we see some confirmation on the chart. So for the new viewers on the channel, what I mean by confirmation is either a spike or a surge in volume or a retest of the level that we actually broke. And yeah, I mentioned most of this in my last Ethereum video, but I'll quickly recap it again for the new viewers on the channel. The support just here is coming in at around 0.0685 Bitcoin per Ethereum, and the resistance just here is coming in at around 0.0697 Bitcoin per Ethereum. And yeah, once again, as soon as Ethereum breaks one of those levels, that's going to choose the next short-term trend for Ethereum. And taking a look at the technical price targets for this pattern, if we actually break to the downside, the price target's coming in at around 0.064 Bitcoin per Ethereum. Ethereum, which is already a significant level on this chart that has been previous resistance back here, and also that has been confirmed as support back here. And a price target to the upside would be coming in at around 0.0745 Bitcoin per Ethereum, which from the point of the breakout, that would be around a 6.5% move for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So of course, that's a decent little opportunity that is coming soon either way. And now for those of you that are more experienced in these markets, because I don't really recommend this for the complete beginners out there, you can actually make money from this next move either way. You can either short Ethereum versus Bitcoin just here, or long Ethereum versus Bitcoin just here, depending on if we're breaking resistance or breaking support. And then you can actually have those price targets in play depending on whether we break the resistance or support once again. And those price targets will basically be the take profit areas, whether we're in a short position or a long position, depending on, you know, what way we actually break. And I myself, as a part of my strategy, I normally actually take profit out of a trade before the price target, slightly before the price target, to simply lower my risk of the price target potentially not getting hit. But once again, trading Bitcoin and Ethereum like that, especially if you're using leverage, that should only be left for those of you that have more experience in these markets. Once again, I do not recommend that for the complete beginners out there, but if you do want to give it a go, I do actually have a full tutorial video where I show exactly how I trade. I show you how to enter a long position, how to enter a short position, how to set conditional orders, stop losses, take profits, all of that sort of stuff. And that full trading tutorial video, I have that linked in the description down below. There will be a section in the description where I have suggested videos, and it will be the first link in that section of the description. And towards the top of the description will be links to the actual platforms that I use to trade. All right, now taking a look at XRP. This has been one of your most suggested altcoins in the comment section down below on my recent videos, because of course XRP has seen a massive gain recently. And so once again, if you have any suggestions for me, it doesn't just have to be altcoin suggestions, by the way. It could simply be a complete video suggestion altogether. Once again, let me know that suggestion in the comment section down below. But yeah, getting into the XRP chart, of course, we've had a remarkable gain recently from the low just here at around 51 cents up to the recent high. XRP over the past 25 to 26 days has pumped around 162% to the upside in less than 4 weeks. Once again, XRP is famous for its bullish movements. When this thing gets going, it really gets going. XRP pretty much just moves in vertical lines, as you can see just here, and also previously throughout the XRP chart, it's pretty much just vertical lines to the upside and then longer term pullbacks. As you can see just here, a vertical line to the upside. Now in this case, we actually had pretty much a vertical line to the downside, and then yeah, another vertical line to the upside. So yeah, this thing is very volatile. So for the complete beginners out there, definitely be careful. Don't just jump in at any given price level, because once again, the moves that XRP does are very, very volatile. So it is the type of crypto that is pretty much just a get in, get out type of crypto, in my opinion. At least that's how I've played this thing previously. Because zooming all the way out to the weekly XRP chart, looking at the big picture, this is actually XRP's entire price history. Now, as you can see, when you're holding XRP, you only really benefit from it in very small time periods. But when you do benefit from XRP, it is a huge benefit, because once again, XRP doesn't really just create small movements. When it gets going, it really shoots to the upside. For example, in the middle of the 2017 bull market just here, XRP actually had around a 6,000% gain in less than 2 months during 2017. And then towards the end of that year, in just 1 month, it actually had a 1,300% gain. So during 2017, from the bottom just here to the actual bull market top, in only about 10 months, XRP actually pumped around 63,000% to the upside. That is a 630x gain on your money in only 10 months. So obviously that is an insane gain that XRP had during 2017. But keep in mind, that was XRP performing at its best. And once again, going back to what I was saying, XRP is definitely a huge benefit if you are holding during the times that it is benefiting. But the fact is that the majority of the time, it doesn't actually have those huge gains. The majority of the time, when you're looking at the bullish times versus the bearish times in the length of those time periods, the bearish times are much, much longer compared to the bullish times. For example, ever since that bull market top in around January 2018, at the end of 2017 just there, first of all, we still to this day have not broken the all-time high for XRP, and it's nearly been 4 years. Now that also means that we have an opportunity on our hands because XRP is yet to break its all-time high. But if you're just paying attention to the general price action through that time period just there, this entire 3 years, we were pretty much just trending to the downside, even though during this time period just here, for example, in the first half of 2019, Bitcoin, for example, had a 300% gain that XRP did not see. So of course, everyone's opinions and everyone's strategies are going to be slightly different from each other, but my opinion and my strategy on XRP is simply coming from my experience of actually trading XRP previously. And the strategy that works for me, at least, is pretty much just a get in, get out type of strategy. So basically just to accumulate a little bit of XRP, dollar cost average into XRP while the price is at these lower areas just here after we've seen a significant pullback, and then basically hold that XRP while I wait for another volatile move to the upside like what we're seeing right now. So yes, I do currently hold XRP, but honestly, I don't actually consider this as a super long-term hold. And once again, that strategy is simply derived from the actual price history that we have had in XRP, because during those short periods in time where XRP is looking bullish, XRP pretty much outperforms almost any other crypto in the market when it is actually bullish. But in terms of a long-term investment in XRP, even if you bought at these extreme low levels in around 2013, 2014 and investing for the long term, obviously you would have done well, but you would have done far better if you were actually holding Bitcoin and Ethereum back then and holding for the long term. Once again, Bitcoin and Ethereum have by far outperformed XRP in the long term as a long-term hold, but then during the short time periods where XRP is bullish, that actually outperforms pretty much anything else. Now, staying on the weekly chart here for XRP, as you can see, we did previously form a massive bearish divergence on the weekly time frame that has already played out to the downside, and now we are seeing a nice reaction to the upside. But zooming into the daily time frame, right now on the daily chart, we are in extremely overbought areas for XRP, so we are actually due for a little bit of a cool off sometime soon. And then on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see just here, we are forming a massive bearish divergence just on the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, we've seen a high and a higher high in the price, and then we've seen a high and a lower high in the RSI. So once again, that is the bearish divergence, and what it basically means is just in the short term, the bulls are starting to lose steam, and we are due for at least a little bit of a short-term call off like what we saw just here, for example. Now, heading back to the weekly time frame, it is quite obvious that ever since around March 2020, XRP has been in a very nice uptrend. Of course, we've seen extreme volatile moves up and down during that uptrend, but just generally speaking, looking at the trend, we have been forming higher lows and higher highs over the past 1.5 years or so. And right now, there's no major sign of this trend actually reversing to the downside. The first major sign of a potential trend reversal back to the downside would be if we formed a lower high just here. But once again, we haven't really confirmed a top for this movement just yet. So especially if XRP breaks the previous high just here at around $2, nearly $2 was the top of this week, then in that case, obviously XRP will be continuing the trend to the upside, forming a new high and potentially getting ready to retest the all-time high at around $3.30, give or take. Of course, the all-time high is different depending on what exchange you're looking at, but here on the Bitstamp exchange, it's coming in at around $3.30. And yeah, from the current price to the all-time high, that is actually around a 160% gain from the current price to the all-time high. So there's definitely some major opportunities in XRP, but once again, for the complete beginners out there, be very careful around XRP just because of the fact that it is extremely volatile. So make sure you're doing your own research, and even then, only invest what you're comfortable losing. I should probably stop this video here before it gets too long, but yeah, if you enjoyed this video or got something valuable out of this video, make sure to leave a like down below, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on for more videos like this one, and be sure to share these videos around with your friends, because right now we are in an amazing opportunity in the overall crypto markets. Pretty much all of the major cryptos out there are yet to break their all-time highs, so there's never been a better time to share these videos around with your friends, and there's never been a better time to stay active in these markets. But anyway, that's really everything I have to say for this video. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.